do the for money, and one time a man showed up at my front door at 3 p.m. wanting completely unannounced. I thought he was stalking me. I actually rent a completely separate apartment from work that I don't live from. I pay for 2 rents, but I was actually at my work apartment because I had just finished up a booking. So I was like pottering around, just kind of being lazy, and I hear my intercom go off, and I wasn't expecting anyone, so I assumed it was just a wrong number, but then it rings again, and then again, and then again. So I finally go and pick it up, and I'm like, who is it? Why are you here? What's going on? And they just didn't answer. So I just hung up and thought that was weird. And then a few minutes later, I hear a knock at my front door, but it's an apartment. The doors were really close together. So I was hoping it was just a neighbor's, but then it started banging at my front door. So I decided I'm just going to have a little peek out. And there is one of my clients that I have seen many, many times before and is usually very well mannered and absolutely lovely. And I was very confused and quite frankly angry and thought he was stalking me. Why was he just at my apartment? So I decided to let him in, and he's very confused at why I'm very angry, and he's like, I'm here for my booking. And I'm like, what booking? And I get terrified that I had forgotten his booking, which has never happened before. So we decide to go and look over the messages. Now, what had happened about a week prior is I had some technical issues with my phone and had to factory reset all of it. So I lost all of my messages, client data, phone numbers, absolutely everything. So when this man had messaged me asking for a booking at X day at X time, I said, absolutely, I'd love to see you, but I need a deposit and I need a face photo for my safety. And he said, awesome, I will see you at X day at X time. And I'm like, you're dreaming. I'm not gonna give you my address unless I know who you are and have some sort of paper trail. So I sent back a laughing emoji and thought that was that. But it turns out my client had never actually seen the request for his details. I don't know what happened. And when he saw the laughing emoji, he thought it was like a smiley face, like confirmation that he could come over. When we figured out what had happened, he was so embarrassed and so apologetic and actually just offered to give me the money and leave because he felt so bad. But I was like, look, I'm here anyway, sit down, give me 10 minutes, and then we had a good booking. I still to this day don't know how he actually managed to get to my front door, because in that particular apartment, you need to be let in the lobby and then have a specific key that lets you up the lift to get to my level to knock on my front door. So he must have just gotten very lucky and came in at the same time of someone who lives at the same level as I do. But those like few seconds before I realized what was going on was terrifying.